All right, family, I tried to do the Facebook Live thing, and it just, I don't know. The sound, I don't think, came out quite well. So I wanted to go through it again just to show you what I've been doing um, as far as starting the garden and getting in tune with nature and becoming self-sustaining. We can't complain about what's going on if we're not trying to do something to at least fix it or better our health and stay prepared for anything that might come. So we'll go through the garden again. That's my baby, Brooke. That's my grandbaby. Sorry for the shadow. All right. So this was the watermelon patch. It did very well. Did very well. It still has one watermelon in it. Um, Once I take this watermelon, I'm going to clean this up and try to get it ready for next spring. Try to It had lots and lots of watermelon. They were hanging off the fences. And this was the cantaloupe patch that I started. Like I said, I started this late in the spring, really late in the spring. I didn't know what would come up, or if anything, if we get a return on anything. So the cantaloupe is just starting to come, but I really don't think it has time to do anything because it's going to get cold soon. I planted some bean sprouts in here because the cantaloupe wasn't growing, and it started growing, but it hasn't produced right now either. That's my husband Dexter cutting the grass. All right, so this is the tomatoes. They are still producing. They're still producing tomatoes. We got a lot of tomatoes off here. I got beautiful pictures of these plants. Um, they're still flowering also. So they should still produce, but we'll see because it's starting to get cold. But as you can see, they still have the beautiful flowers on them. The beautiful flowers that turn into the tomato. All right, so right here I have the kale. There's two different types of kale. Sorry for the shadow. It's two different types of kale. It's turning a pretty purple color. Tastes very good. Kale is a superfood. It's really good for you. So there's two types. It's still producing. And like I said, we're gonna watch this and see how it does. How it does as it starts to get cold. Over here we have peppers. This banana plant and this jalapeno plant. All my pepper plants did very, very well. They did very well. As a matter of fact, next spring I may just plant more pepper plants because they do very well in the soil. And over here is the green pepper. And it produced about 6 or 7 peppers off of here. As you can see, here's one that fell off that I'll take into the house. And it is still producing also. Still producing. Then this is the raised garden. It looks kind of bare now because I've pulled a lot of vegetables out of it. Because I had put a lot in here, squash and just a whole lot of stuff, and it got really full and really big, and it was just really overwhelming. So I pulled a lot out, but I did leave the green beans. The green beans. I still have green beans. I still have green beans on every corner. And there are green beans in there. And this is a beautiful okra. The okra is made from this flower, this beautiful flower. turns into a nice pretty okra. Oh baby. So that's the okra. And these are still bean plants. They produce really well. They gave a lot. These are the collars that I got from my aunt when I went to my other aunt's transition service in North Carolina. So I brought these back from North Carolina, and they are still doing very well. How big they are. They still producing. You can tell we've been eating it, but it's still producing. At some point, when all this dies off, when it dies off, I'm going to clear this and try to get it ready for the spring. I'm going to add some more. I'm going to add the compost that I've been doing in it and just really get it ready. So let's look over here. And this is cucumber. And cucumber, like I said, I started this garden late. This cucumber is just now coming up. I don't think it has time to do a whole lot, but we'll see. I'm going to just let it grow. I have beautiful pictures of the flower that this cucumber comes from. But we're just going to let it grow. Over here, I started potato buckets. These potato buckets, I think the next time I do potatoes, it's going to be in a bigger bucket because as you can see, there's two missing. And I did do it, and it did produce, but it made very small potatoes. So the next time I'm going to try it in really big potato buckets to see how it does still in the buckets. Okay, this is my earth garden. This is my earth garden. This is collards here, producing very well. This is the cabbage. See, I have a row of cabbage. Produce very well. Broccoli. Come here, Brooke. Come here. This is the broccoli. As you can see, we've been eating it, but it produced very beautiful broccoli. We even eat, and I'll saute up the broccoli leaves. This is lettuce. I think I let the lettuce go to flowering. They were much taller than this, and I let it go to flowering, which I shouldn't have done. But it's still producing regardless. But this is lettuce, and this is Swiss chard, and that tastes good sauteed up too. So this is the earth garden. We're going to see how this does as it starts to get cold, what survives and what doesn't survive. We're going to see. And then over here, I have a lettuce bed and a arugula bed. This is lettuce on this side, and this is arugula on this side. That's a lettuce and a arugula raised bed. Once this is finished, we'll see how far it goes as far as the cold coming in. Once it's finished, I'm going to clean it, try to get it ready, make sure I do everything I have to do to get it ready for the spring. Because now that I know what I'm doing, I am going to get started in the spring, hopefully get a YouTube channel started and try to show you how I did this, and hopefully you can start a garden in your backyard for your children also. It doesn't take much space. As you can see, I've only taken up, this is my yard. I've only taken up this much of my yard. Let me see if you can see. I've only taken up that much of my yard for all those vegetables. Alright, so I also planted fruit trees. And I just planted them this year, so I think they're doing well. We'll see how they go through the winter and see how they come back. This is the blueberry bush. I'm going to plant a second one. As a matter of fact, I'm going to plant 2 more next spring. That's a willow tree I planted. And this is my banana plant. I've had her for a couple years. She's been through a few winters. She's always come back really nice and strong. You know, I try to protect her through the winter, but she's always come back nice and strong. If you can look up on my patio, which you really can't see, but I have different type of herbs, different mints and things like that. I have green onion growing up there. I have tomato growing up there. Just different things. So, this is the backyard. So we can't preach about everything that's going wrong if we're not trying to make something right, at least in our own lives, in our family lives, in our friends' lives, okay? So stay conscious, stay positive, get in tune with nature, get prepared for anything that may happen. And let's keep this collective tribal consciousness and share it with each other and teach each other. Talk to you soon.